Listen, you can argue this all you want, but the biggest film of the year is going to be Avengers Doomsday. I mean, some people think Odyssey might be bigger. Some people think Spider-Man might be bigger. Sorry to tell you, it's going to be Avengers Doomsday. It's going to be the biggest film of the year. So clearly that's the one that gets a lot of attention. Now, weeks ago, they showed us the trailer for Avengers Doomsday, at least the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday at CinemaCon. They actually showed it twice. They liked it so much, they said, let's play it again. And they played it twice, and we really liked it. Wasn't as good as the stuff that they showed us from Dune 3, but it was a really good trailer. Pretty solid. I had a good time with it. My expectation, though, was, as happens often at CinemaCon, is when they reveal a trailer, they'll often then drop it online later that night. They didn't do that this year. I was really kind of surprised by that. So it's left a lot of us thinking and wondering, when are they going to reveal this Avengers Doomsday trailer publicly? Now, one of the big potential suspects has been obviously the upcoming Disney film, Mandalorian and Grogu, that comes out next week.
A week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow it comes out, which is kind of weird. Like, it's kind of snuck up on us, but we're going to be watching it on our movie meetup tour, which we'll talk more about tomorrow. And so there has been the thought that maybe they're going to drop this trailer with Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't think they will, but there are several, I believe, strong arguments as to why maybe there will be that trailer in front of Mandalorian and Grogu. The first one is this. I know, funny how the way time works, but we are now closer to Avengers Doomsday than we've ever been, right? We are now getting closer to Avengers Doomsday. And by next week, we are, I think, within the 7 months. Where July, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 months. And that is kind of like, I believe, not ideal, but at least acceptable outer range limits of how far in advance you start marketing a big major blockbuster. So you're kind of getting within that window a little bit. Again, I don't think they will, but you're kind of getting in that window. But I think the second and biggest argument to be made that they're going to publicly release, at least in front of Mandalorian and Grogu, this Doomsday trailer, is the fact that as of right now, Mandalorian and Grogu is tracking to be the lowest opening weekend of any Star Wars film in the Disney era. It's real close with Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, it may come out ahead of Solo, a Star Wars story, or it may not. It's riding that fence a little bit. And so if you're Disney, who owns both Marvel and Lucasfilm, your thinking would clearly be, hey, 3 days before the movie comes out, 4 days before the movie comes out, leak it to Matt Bellani or Variety or The Ankler or some entertainment outlet that they are going to be exclusively playing the Avengers Doomsday trailer in front of Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, will that turn Mandalorian and Grogu from a $85 million opening weekend to $150 million opening weekend? No, absolutely not. But could it turn an $85 million opening weekend to a $98 million opening weekend? Yeah, it could. I mean, it could also just take a lot of people who are thinking, I'll see Mandalorian and Grogu, but I don't feel any rush, to, oh, they're going to be playing the Doomsday trailer in front of it. Okay, maybe we go this weekend. You know, that sort of thing. So the third argument, so I'd say the first argument is we are getting closer and closer to when it's coming out. The second argument is it would probably benefit Mandalorian and Grogu, which would be in their best interests. The third argument is that what's the next opportune time to drop the Doomsday trailer? I would contend not really till July.
Yep.
And do they actually want to wait? Well, of course, we've got Comic-Con. Do you really want to wait till July to drop that trailer? I don't think they're going to wait that long. I actually thought there was a possibility it would have been dropped online by now. So again, I do not think, just to be clear, I don't think they're going to drop this trailer with Mandalorian and Grogu, but there are three valid arguments to believe there is. One, we are getting close enough. 2, it would help Mandalorian and Grogu. And 3, the next big opportunity to drop it. I mean, they could drop it in the middle of the night on a Tuesday if they wanted, but if they're looking for like a marquee eventize the dropping of the trailer, the next really big opportunity isn't really until July. So if you wanted to believe it was going to come out with Mandalorian and Grogu, I think those are 3 very good reasons why you're not insane if you think that's the case. Anyway, Rob, we are now 1 week and 1 day away from Mandalorian and Grogu. We're going to walk into that theater. Are we going to see the Avengers Doomsday trailer play in front of that movie? Why or why not?
Okay, I'm going to say that conventional wisdom, the safe bet would be to say yes. And maybe they'll hold off and not release it online until the next week. And I think that would be the safe bet. But my gut feeling, and again, I haven't talked to anybody about this, I don't know, is no, they're not going to release it. And I'll tell you why. I don't think that when they release a trailer or a teaser, call it whatever it is going to be, I don't think it's going to be exactly the same as what we saw at CinemaCon. Because I think what we saw at CinemaCon wasn't as good as it should have been. It was fine. You know, it was interesting. You got to see the characters together. But it was really it does not represent, it's really from 2 basic bits in the movie. And a lot of time they do that because it's a teaser trailer. But it doesn't represent, at least for me, it didn't represent the scope. And a trailer doesn't have to represent an entire movie. But this movie has so much riding on it for the studio, for the MCU, that this, and if they wanted to get in front of everybody doing, how many times have people tried to pass off AI slop as, no, this is a real trailer leak because they've had reports about the whole trailer. So it's not special anymore. And I think they always knew they were going to give CinemaCon a taste, but they always knew that this is not what we're going to release to the general public because we have to give them more. And I think that there's probably, since we've seen it, it's been a month almost. I think we're going to get a trailer that's bigger and more. It's going to have more bang for the buck than even what we saw because they got one chance to give a first impression. And they want this thing to be incredible. And I thought the trailer was good, but there's a lot more they could do with it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, so I disagree with you about this because
I know.
I think, remember, you and I are both, we looked at that trailer from perspective of we know all the major events that happen in the movie.
Yes.
Everybody else doesn't, right?
Right.
The second thing is, and tell me if this is being unfair, but I feel like often when we have this discussion about particularly first trailers, I feel like we are on this discussion all the time, is that the first trailer is never meant to give you a lot. The first trailer is meant to give you a flavor, like a little bit of a flavor, right? And then this other thing we talked about before too, is if you remember, I think it was the first trailer for Infinity War. I think it was for Infinity War. It literally showed us almost nothing from Infinity War. It was just a lot of recordings from the previous movies, right?
It had the feels.
It did have 100% it had the feels. 100% it had the feels. But so for that reason more, do I think we are going to get the exact second by second trailer that we saw at CinemaCon? I think they also used us at CinemaCon a little bit as a test.
I do too.
But I think, generally speaking, it will be the same trailer. Like, I think there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 little additions in there. They might move a few seconds around here and there, but I think for the most part, it's just still going to be the same trailer, because I actually thought it was a quite effective trailer. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. You know, one of the hardest things about trying to lose weight is just figuring out what actually works, because we've seen them all. There are a million trends, diets, and gimmicks out there, and honestly, it can get overwhelming. And that's why Weight Loss by Hims really stands out. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever, and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever and only GLP-1 available in a pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed. And the process is extremely convenient. Everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Here's what I thought about the trailer that I was missing. Most of it took place in rooms. The trailer for me was small. Even as a trailer, there are things in this movie that I still have no conception of what it's going to look like to see on screen. And what this film needed, because remember the way it ended, as was reported, it ends with two guys facing each other. It didn't have that twister cow flying into the screen, and I thought the trailer it did not convey the scope of this movie. It was fine. You got to see the characters, but it's like, ooh, look, this person meets this person, this person meets this person. It was missing the oomph.
Again, I think that's stuff you save for a second or a third trailer. Myself personally.
Most of the time I would agree with you, but this trailer,
again, I contend though. I propose to you that I think your reaction and mine, maybe to a degree, would have been different had we not had foreknowledge of the stuff that happens in the movie.
True.
And I think for the most people who are going to watch this trailer for the first time, who don't know all the major stuff that happens in the movie, they're going to look at this. And my prediction is the audience is going to be wowed by this trailer.
Yeah,
I think they will be.
I just think even if you limited to yourself and you said, okay, if this movie is indeed 3 hours long, which wouldn't surprise me, you could limit yourself to the first 30 minutes and say, we're not going to, like Spielberg said about Disclosure Day, you're not going to get any of Act 3 and any of the materials in this movie, which is great. You could limit yourself to the first 30 minutes of Doomsday and blow people away. And this trailer was fine. There's a lot more in those first 30 minutes they could have just alluded to. One shot in particular, I don't even know if it's going to be one shot, but there's one thing I'm surprised that they didn't. Of course, because it might not be done yet, but I don't know. I mean, I just think, and I'm a glutton. I want to see more. It's like Kirsten Dunst in Interview with the Vampire. I want more. After she tasted the blood, and that's kind of the way I feel about this movie. So you could very well be right, and most people, but I think now, after all the AI slop and all the people are going to talk about it and go, oh yeah, and they're going to be like, it's mid. I needed more main character energy. No cap. Whatever.
I mean, look, you're going to get some of that.
Yeah.
I think you and I both believe we're going to get some of that regardless of whatever. But but at the end of the day, you don't think they're going to show this trailer in front of Mandalorian and Grogu?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think there are some if you are somebody who believes that they will, I don't think you're crazy. There are some very valid reasons to think so. I'm just coming down on the side that I don't think they will, but I won't. But let me put it this way. I won't be shocked if we're sitting in front of Mando, which I'm going to see it for the first time in Las Vegas. I'll be in Las Vegas next Thursday, and I'm going to see it there, and I will not be surprised at all if we're sitting there. And even though I'm not expecting you to be there, if all of a sudden that Doomsday trailer comes up, I'm not going to fall out of my chair.
Do you know, I have to tell you, to me also, this is the first time I felt this in history. The tag of this Avengers Doomsday trailer that we saw at CinemaCon has been duplicated pretty well by AI slop. And that was their big zinger. And when it was at CinemaCon, it killed. But it's all over the internet in that AI version. It's not as good, and why the Mjolnir floats way too slowly in that AI version. But that, because it's been reported and spoiled, I'm willing to bet there's no way they put that trailer out with that same zinger, because it's no longer a zinger. The internet and AI has killed the end of that teaser trailer. They've got to come up with something new.
I think you're still talking about 5% of the people who'd be watching it afterwards. I really do. I think there's maybe, because I myself have not seen that. I myself haven't seen the stuff you're talking about.
And
if
it's
I
everywhere and
haven't
it's
seen
lame.
it, if I haven't seen it, I think there's probably a lot of common average moviegoers that probably haven't seen it too.
I mean, maybe.
But again, I do think you're right though, in the sense that, like, when we do get it, I don't think it'll be the exact same frame by frame what we saw. I think they will probably take it back into the lab, remix it a little bit. But that one shot of a certain someone with a giant magical axe coming down on somebody, I guarantee that shot's going to be in the trailer.
Yes.
100% that shot's going to be in the trailer.
And that's way better. It's way better in the trailer than any of this AI crap that I've had to endure.
And I think they'll leave in Shang-Chi fighting Gambit.
Well, that's it, because that, people meeting people, but that was cool because you don't expect, that was unexpected.
Yes,
like
yes,
these two guys are, it's unexpected that Channing Tatum's in the MCU at all. So there you go.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. Do you think, with Mandalorian and Grogu coming out just next week, do you think we are going to get an Avengers Doomsday trailer in front of it? There's a lot of reasons why it would make sense. I don't think they will. Which side of that fence do you fall on? Are there other reasons to believe that they will or won't do that next week? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.